In the summer of 1976, deep in the Oregon wilderness, a moss gatherer stumbled across human remains. Pair of Levi's jeans, a frayed leather coat, jewelry that once held meaning to someone, but no name. For nearly 5 decades, investigators, genealogists, and her family would wonder, who was she? They called her the Swamp Mountain Jane Doe. Today, we know her name, Marion McWhorter. But the question that still lingers, who killed her? And why was her story silenced for almost 50 years? The disappearance. October 26, 1974. Marion Vinetta Nagle McWhorter was just 29 years old. A young woman with ambition, determination, and plans to head north. First to Seattle, then on to Alaska. That afternoon, she made a phone call from a payphone outside Washington Square Mall in Tigard, Oregon. She spoke to her aunt, asking for a ride. But she also mentioned something unsettling. A stranger in a white pickup truck had offered her a lift. That phone call would be her last known contact. After that moment, Marion vanished. For her family, the silence was unbearable. Her sister Valerie, especially, never stopped searching. But with little evidence and no leads, Marion's disappearance quickly grew cold. The forest discovery. Fast forward nearly 2 years. On July 24, 1976, a man gathering moss near Wolf Creek and Swamp Mountain Road in Linn County made a chilling discovery. Skeletal remains scattered in a wooded clearing. Beside the bones lay fragments of a life once lived. Asterisk Levi's jeans. Asterisk a worn leather jacket. Asterisk 2 rings, 1 metal, 1 simple. Asterisk a single clog-style shoe. The remains were collected, but without DNA technology, investigators could go no further. She had no identification, no wallet, no papers. She became known simply as the Swamp Mountain Jane Doe. For decades, her bones sat in evidence storage, nameless. A haunting reminder of how easily someone can vanish from history. The long cold case. Narrator. Through the 1980s, 90s, and early 2000s, the case remained unsolved. Forensic sketches were drawn. Dental charts were entered into databases. Her case was uploaded into NAMUS, the National Missing Persons System. But nothing matched. No one came forward. No one claimed her. Meanwhile, Marion's family endured decades of uncertainty. Her sister, Valerie, kept submitting DNA samples to genealogy databases, hoping for a hit. She attended vigils, prayed, and never stopped asking, "What happened to my sister?" For almost 50 years, the answer lay dormant, hidden in bone fragments and untested science. Breakthrough in DNA. Then came the rise of genetic genealogy. In 2023, Valerie uploaded her DNA to multiple databases. Still no match. But in 2025, a distant relative uploaded their profile to Family Tree DNA. Investigators compared it against the old skeletal samples from Oregon, and the pieces clicked into place. In June 2025, officials made the stunning announcement. The Swamp Mountain Jane Doe was identified as Marion Vinetta McWhorter. After 49 years, the name returned to her remains. But identifying her was just the beginning. Now came the harder question. Who killed her? Twists and shadows. Marion's story was not as simple as a missing person. Several disturbing details came to light. The aunt later revealed that Marion had mentioned a man in a white pickup truck offering her a ride. That revelation was held back for years, raising questions. Why wasn't it disclosed sooner? Her indigenous heritage connected her case to a larger, heartbreaking epidemic. Missing and murdered indigenous women in North America. Cases too often ignored or forgotten. And perhaps most chilling, investigators now believe she did not disappear voluntarily. Was Marion lured into that white truck? Was she intercepted before she ever left Tigard? Was she the victim of a serial predator? Or collateral damage in something more sinister? The truth may still hide in old police files, long-forgotten tips, or witnesses who stayed silent out of fear. Closing reflections. Today, nearly half a century later, Marion has her name back. Her family can finally lay her to rest with dignity. But the mystery of her death is far from solved. Who was the man in the white truck? Why was her body left in a forest clearing? And why did it take 49 years for her to be recognized? The case of Marion McWhorter is not just a cold case. It is a reminder of how easily stories and people can be erased, and how persistence, science, and family love can restore what was lost. But as for justice, that answer may still be out there, waiting for someone to step forward. Because even after decades in the dark, secrets don't stay buried forever. Leave a thought at the comments section.